promised us a pizza party, and then he goes on and locks my team. I mean, actions speak louder than words.
I don't love projections. Sometimes I think they're dumb. I don't love draft grades. I think draft grades are stupid a lot of the time. Speaking of, we might need to do some draft grades later.
And now, for the greatest fantasy football podcast this side of Nevada, hosted by the biggest of chickens, Joe, and Kyle Milby, it's the That's My Quarterback podcast, sponsored by Richland Chevrolet.
It's my quarterback.
Welcome back, boys. Football season finally upon us.
I know it.
This is our first episode. Man, I gotta get the camera. Right over here. Nice Crocs. Toe-maker Crocs.
Toe-maker.
I like it. Maybe we do need to get the feet back in the picture. So, first episode. I know it's been a while since we've seen you. We missed you guys. If you missed us, we're sorry.
Right, everyone, people were saying that we had broken up. You know, there's a lot of drama in the chat and that, you know, we weren't going to make it through, but here we are.
Here we are. Just took us almost to week 3.
Yeah.
But hey, we're gonna go over the season as what's happened so far.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk a little bit about week 3. Hopefully you guys can get a listen in before you watch the games tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll try to drop this thing early in the morning. But hey, there's gonna be some good stuff. Even if you can't listen to it before the week 3 games, don't miss this episode. Trust me. There's some stuff we need to hash out, and yeah, we finally have real football that has been played.
Well, that makes sense.
This is our first episode since a real football game has been played.
Is that right?
Yeah. And I can't count preseason.
Yeah, you said we have some stuff to hash out. I was wondering why we didn't do our pre-recording meeting. We just went straight into it, so
yeah.
No warning for this hashing out. So I gotta give a shout out to Keith real quick. As you guys noticed, Big Chicken Joe, he's back. Came in the mail, and made my daughter real happy that Big Chicken Joe's back because our sign got blown over.
Oh, hey, I got more signs still, so.
That's right, because some people at the party didn't take any, so.
Unthankful. Unthankful.
That's right.
And huge thank you to Keith. You know, I just realized we don't have a microphone this show. We're going to possibly get the mics on.
Well, let's get it on.
Huge. You know what, Keith? I'm going to wait to thank you after
Put
we
the
get these microphones on. All right.
You're giving
Keith
snafu
there. We forgot about the mics, so this is going to sound much better.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we needed the mics to give Keith a proper thank you for
right.
making us an intro video.
That's right.
So,
some say the greatest intro of all time.
Yeah, I've never seen a better intro video.
No.
I mean, we got Keith Starr's original song playing in the background of that song's not on any other intro video.
No.
In the whole wide world. We're the only one to have Cowboy Up as our intro video, and the video is pretty sick itself. I mean, it goes home.
Was it Cowboy Up or Shotgun Cherry? Did he do one of each?
I think it's Cowboy Up, isn't it? Yeah, it's Cowboy Up.
Is it Cowboy Up?
Did you get one with Shotgun Cherry? Did he send you one with that? It was definitely Cowboy Up.
I might have just listened to Shotgun Cherry on the way here.
Oh. you were thinking about Shotgun Cherry.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get into it. I think first we should probably talk about things that have been happening in the league. You know, do a little chat. Some things that have happened recently. Let's go over the Joe and Keith trade. That was a pretty recent one.
Yeah.
I think I need to bring that one up to see who it was. You probably remember who
that's
it was.
Right, yeah, that's where BK was saying that I got bullied by Keith. Mm-hmm. I won't repeat what BK said. It was very inappropriate, but I got Marvin Harrison, and in return I gave up Garrett Wilson plus Cedric Tillman. I don't know if there's any change sprinkled in that. I don't know if there's picks or anything or anything like that, but I know for sure those 3 players.
And it was, I think, Juwan Johnson as well. The Saints.
Did I give him Cedric Tillman and Juwan Johnson?
I think it was those 3 guys.
Maybe.
We can check and confirm, but I believe it was Juwan Johnson.
I do know Juwan Johnson was in a different trade. I don't know if it was that one.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll check it out. Juwan Johnson, who you claimed off waivers.
Right.
Who, it's crazy. I feel like every year with Juwan Johnson, somehow people forget about him, and then, he has a big game early on in the year, and then everyone's like, oh, yeah, this guy's actually pretty good. And then he ends up being a pretty decent tight end. Yeah. So
it was Juwan Johnson because he put Kate Otten on the trade block right after. So it was Juwan Johnson.
Okay. So how do you feel about the trade?
I feel good. I feel like I have enough depth. Every year we have to cut our roster down to 15. I always have trouble with that in the off season, and Jeff sits back and he laughs at me as I'm trying to negotiate with him, and he just says, "I'll pick up all your players on the waiver wire." So I started cutting back and just trying to really upgrade positions. I like Garrett Wilson. I don't like the Jets. I don't like their quarterback position. I love how many targets he gets, but I think overall, Devontae Adams kind of had a similar start fantasy-wise to his career that Marvin Harrison Jr. has been having.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that, he'll pop off and start getting in the top 10
Take that
finishes,
next step.
take the next step. So
Yeah. Devontae Adams, a little bit later round pick though, wasn't he?
he was a second rounder.
He was a second rounder?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's a little bit higher than I thought. Harrison was like a top 10 pick
Top
overall,
5,
right?
I think.
Yeah, he was way up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Devontae was, I think it's a decent comparison. Devontae did go to a team with an already stacked wide receiver core, if I remember. He was competing with Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, Jermichael Finley even had that one season. You remember Jermichael Finley?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pack I remember because the Packers beat us in the Super Bowl. So that was tough. Donald Driver, I think, was even still on the team when Devontae Adams was drafted. Donald Driver. BK's getting so excited right now. I was talking Packers. Sheesh. And I think he's an Oklahoma fan too, right?
BK?
Yeah, because their name is like KG and
Yeah,
Sooner.
KG Sooner or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so he's riding high because Oklahoma got a big win today. I didn't watch hardly any college football today, full disclosure. Been a little busy. I know how you guys heard the story about one of my coworkers. Lost a couple toes. Keep me in your prayers. It's John. And one thing I didn't mention, another coworker of mine, long story short, maybe I'll tell it on the Full Story Another pod, got basically attacked by a pit bull. Got him in his thigh. But he's toughing it out. He's coming to work on crutches, but he can't fulfill all of his duties. So I've got a lot on my table right now. But I'm happy to finally be back here podcasting.
Doing the important stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And that was, I got sidetracked there. What were we talking about? College football.
Yeah.
He's Oklahoma guy. John Mateer looks very good. Oklahoma's beat Auburn today, big win. So, he's going to be riding high. And on top of all that, he killed it last week in fantasy, this BK and Zach. Right. Their team went nuclear. Specifically Amon-Ra St. Brown. Right. I feel like he does this a few times every year where he's just like...
I'm just hoping he doesn't do it in a back-to-back game because I'm playing BK this week and Zach, so... I'm hoping that I can squeeze out a victory.
Yeah. Hey, did you see I put them in my power rankings that a new contender has emerged?
Yes.
Was my tier for them?
Yeah.
I think that squad is capable of winning the championship. And I'll get into that a little bit more later. But
but with the trade, I feel happy about the trade. I like Marvin Harrison. Like I said, I like Garrett Wilson. I think he gets a lot of targets, which is definitely valuable to PPR. But I think Marvin Harrison, if he plays to his potential, I think his potential has a higher ceiling than Garrett Wilson. And I didn't really need or use those other flex guys, that I traded away. So,
my thoughts on the trade, I think it was actually a trade that benefited both parties, which, a lot of times in this league, and a lot of times in general, somebody's always ends up winning a trade. In this trade, I feel like both people could end up winning because Joe gets a guy that he's, like he said, has underperformed so far in his career. And Joe's hoping that he can kind of take the next step and be a star. Obviously, Joe's team has a lot of talent. He's trying to just raise the talent level of his team more. And I think that definitely could potentially happen with Harrison. And then for Keith, at first when I saw the trade, I was thinking to myself, I like it a little bit more for Joe because I think some people are out on Harrison already. But I'm with Joe. I'm not out on Harrison yet. I think the talent's definitely there. But when I went and looked at Keith's roster, I was reminded how terrible he was in the flex spots. And that's a reason why I had him in the toilet bowl against his brother. Well, now when he's picked up 3 players there that you can definitely plug and play in this, that he can plug and play in his flex spots. So I think that's a huge trade for Keith and is going to help Keith more in the right now. I don't think Keith's going to be in the toilet bowl anymore. There it is. I have to say it.
Big hot take.
I've had him,
Hot take. Show Keith some love.
That was my hot take at the beginning of the year, was Keith Brent in the toilet bowl.
It has nothing to do with him giving me the shirt and nothing to do with making our intro, why we're showing Keith the love today.
Yeah, I've been arguably the biggest Keith pessimist, Keith hater, if you will,
Right.
ever since he blew up his team this offseason. But hey, things are looking up for Keith. I think he's definitely making a playoff push now. So yeah, that's a pretty big trade. Also, another trade that you made.
Talking about Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin.
Right, picked him off waivers for only like $12. No one
And you
really,
flipped him real quick.
and no one really bid on him. Got him for $12. And
Yeah.
I like Troy Franklin. I was gonna do the Bo Nix and Troy Franklin stack. They were teammates in college, and thought that was valuable. And then I have another trade in the midst. I'm trying to work out with Mike. He's playing some hardball with me, and I thought maybe if I had acquired another first-round pick, that can really get the deal done. Just to say what I've sent him that Jacksonville receiver. What is it? I can't even pronounce his name.
Diami?
Yeah, Diami.
Okay.
So
Diami Brown.
3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks for an unnamed player on his team.
Whoa.
And it's almost like that CD Lamb, Malik Neighbors deal when you look back at it. But I've sent him this. I think we're close on the deal. I'm just trying to really iron out some details. But yeah,
This is huge.
Long story short, I think it was a big pickup to help flip him and to pick up a first-round pick. And I think I gave up a second-round pick too. Like it wasn't just him for a first. It was him and a second or something like that for a first. And so we got the deal done, and now I'm trying to see what I can do with that future pick.
Yeah. My initial reaction was couldn't believe Brent made the trade. But I did think about last year. And Brent made a couple trades last year that I thought were bad trades. But then they kept him out of the
Total.
bottom 4 and got him into the playoffs. And he even won a first-round game.
Yeah, beat Mike.
So, I'm still going to go out there and say it again. Maybe lightning can strike twice, but I think Brent, I don't know. I think that's a bad trade, buddy. Because Troy Franklin just had the best game of his career, probably. You could have spent fab on him. You have fab, Brent. You could have just claimed him for 13 fab. Would have done the trick.
That's all it took.
Yeah, that's all it would have taken. But instead, you traded away a pick. Let's be honest, buddy. Your team's not great right now. 2 years from now,
But
that could be a top 2 pick. Maybe
he has
maybe the number 1
Jalen
overall
Waddle
pick.
and Tank Dell.
Yeah. Those guys. Yeah, Tank Dell's. That's true. Tank Dell's gonna be back next year. So okay, maybe
Tank Dell and Jalen Waddle. I mean,
maybe 3rd or 4th. Maybe 3rd
Come on
or 4th.
now.
And all Joe gave you was Troy Franklin and second round pick, which is probably going to be around the pick 20 or so. I don't know, Brent. I'm just hoping for you. He's the next Nick Westbrook Akine.
Here's my question. I think with that, what's interesting about that trade is it really shows you how important the waiver wire is and how players, when a player hits waiver wires, it is important to make bids on them. There's an issue that happened today where a player hit the waivers.
Oh.
And somehow the commissioner used his powers because it was a mistake where Keith claims that he tried to get Troy Franklin, and yet the commissioner said sucks to suck. Something similar happened when BK accidentally accepted
Oh yes,
a trade.
I'm glad you brought that up.
And then him and Fonzie had to hash it out, and I think they reversed it for a buzzball or something like that. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mike accidentally hit an accept on a trade one time.
Okay. Oh,
and had to go back and work it out with whoever he traded with. So I'm wondering, do you get special treatment Well, the commissioner, is he a private donor to this podcast?
He's not a private donor to the podcast, but I think it was fair because, like you mentioned, there have been a couple instances where people accidentally have hit accept on trades. Hey, it was an accident. Didn't mean to accept.
And yet the commissioner didn't use his power to overturn it. He made the guys come together. I feel
that is different. That is different because obviously the trade were between two individuals in the league.
But
the commissioner did not have to get involved.
The waiver affects everyone in the league.
The waiver? What do you mean by that?
Like having Williams come and hit the waiver.
Yeah, well, and it was obviously a mistake. I mean, any of the 13 members of this league know that would be a completely illogical decision to drop Jameson Williams. And the fact that it wasn't Kyle dropped Jameson Williams and added somebody else, obviously, why would I drop him if I wasn't going to add somebody else? So obviously a mistake. I'm sorry I made a mistake. I'm sorry my phone pocket dropped Jameson Williams. Thank you, Jeff, for adding him back. I think I immediately texted Jeff like a minute after it happened, and I realized that it happened. So yeah, hey, I'm not perfect. Mistakes happen. I think this is different than Keith saying that he put 45 on Franklin. Sorry, Keith. I know we've been just praising Keith this whole episode so far. But
now, I don't know if it was...
I think this is a lot different because maybe he did think that he did that. Keith's probably in multiple fantasy football leagues. I'm in 6 personally. Maybe he did in another league he bid on him and was thinking that he did it in this league.
Good point.
So, sometimes it's hard to keep track of these things. I think at times I've definitely thought that I bid on somebody, or sometimes you can rank your waiver claims too. I don't know if you've seen that. Sometimes I realize that I have my guys ranked wrong, and I didn't end up getting the guy that I want. So those things are easy to happen. And hey, I don't think you can compare the two things.
I would say, I don't know if we could say that it was an obvious mistake. I think maybe you saw Isaac Tesla make those 2 one-handed grabs, and you thought, "Oh crap! I need to clear up some room on my roster so I can make a bid on a player." So I think it could have been anything, but what's done is done. What's done is done.
He's back on my roster.
The commissioner decided to show favoritism towards you rather than Keith.
Well,
I don't know why, but he did, and
maybe he's trying to put to rest the conspiracy theories about him and Keith, or Keith getting preferential treatment.
Right, could be.
Yeah,
could be.
We might need to go get those conspiracy hats. See, look, they're still there. Little foil hats.
The BK hats.
Thank you, BK. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we addressed that.
Anyway, that was just my thought on that waiver thing. I got excited when I saw him, and then...
Yeah, I actually spoke with Jeff earlier today. I was at my nephew's birthday party. He was there. And that was the first thing he said to me was, "Oh boy, you started some drama today." And and I mentioned to him, I was like, I think that that's happened with trades before, that people have accidentally hit accept on trades. And he was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I'm glad you brought that up too. So I was right. But anyways, moving on. We talked about the 2 big trades that have been made, I think, since the start of the season. Yeah,
I know there's one more. We don't really got to get into too much details. Fonzie and I, we had that.
How could we forget?
Judkins and Alvin Kamara and a first rounder. That's why I'm trying to build up this thing for Mike here, and he loves his first round picks. If you've seen his future,
yeah, he does a lot of first round picks.
I'm really trying to.
Fonzie loves second round picks, and Mike loves first round picks.
Right, and that trade, Fonzie was actually with me, and I was looking at it, and it was juicy. But I was thinking, Judkins is young. I like how he plays. Hard runner. What more can you ask for? And when you hit accept, it says are you sure you want to accept this? Well, I hit accept just because sometimes if my stomach drops, I know it's a bad trade. So I hit accept, and my stomach dropped. I don't think I want to do that. I think my roster looks good. Blah blah. I let it sit on that screen for a little too long, and I was like, let me see if I do it again. And I hit accept one more time, without realizing that was a confirmation accept, and it went through right there. It was an accidental accept. How do I feel about it? I don't know. We'll see.
Oh,
how
it was
Judge
completely
Kins-
accident?
Completely accident. I was debating about accepting it or not. Fate did it for me. And-
This was the third accidental trade accept,
but you know what I didn't do?
but you
didn't
decided
do-
to let it ride.
I didn't go to the commissioner. I didn't go and say, "Hey, Mr. Commissioner."
Oh, I don't think you would have needed to.
I accidentally.
Fonzie's your one of your best friends. You would have obviously just given him right back, right?
I don't know. He was right there with me, and he started jumping up and down and screaming like a girl. And
Sounds more like you just didn't want to disappoint Fonzie.
maybe I don't know. So anyway, that was
here's-
one of those other trades.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 3 trades I guess this year since the beginning of the season. All you've had a hand in all 3 of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's been
at
no
least the
trades.
big ones. At least the big ones there.
Were there some little ones that we missed? There
might have been.
The only 3 that I remember are ones that the 3 that you've made. This is what you do.
I make trades.
You make
for
trades.
a living.
Biggest trader in the league. The trade was Alvin Kamara. Joe receives Alvin Kamara and a 2028 first-round pick. Fonzie's 2028 first-round pick. Gives up Wan'Dale Robinson, another
That's
guy
what it
that
was.
you just picked up off waivers, and Judkins. I think honestly, pretty even trade. I think because I'm pretty high on Judkins.
Yeah.
Kamara, I don't know how many years he has left.
1, 2.
Maybe one or two. I don't know if they get a better quarterback and he starts getting his receiving numbers up again. It could change my opinion.
I do appreciate you saying that. This is another trade that you said is a pretty even trade. I remember one of the earlier episodes. I said when I try to make trades, I try to see what's going to benefit both parties, and you laughed in my face.
Well, I still don't
and
think
BK
that's
laughed
true.
in my face.
I still don't think that's true.
I mean, the last couple of trades you just said have been mutually beneficial.
I think they have, for the most part. Well, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
I mean, the second
Brett
trade we
one?
talked about.
Yeah.
I think that.
We'll see.
I think that was a fleecing.
We'll
I
see
think that
when-
was Joe fleecing again.
Troy Franklin goes off this week. We'll see.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But no, there's no way. I mean, we're here. You're obviously trying to win. You have a great roster. You've built a great roster in large part because of the trades that you've made.
I was inspired by your roster.
You can't sit here and tell me with a straight face that you're trying to help the people you're trading with. You're trying to help yourself. If it helps the other people, so be it.
I really appreciate you saying that because your roster has been a great motivation for me to try to get better.
Okay.
Because you have such a good roster. I think your roster is elite.
Thank you.
And I think, you're at the top of the league.
I am in first place
And
right now, and it feels
I
good.
don't know who's going to
how long it's
stop
gonna
you.
last.
I don't know who's going to stop you.
I mean, there's plenty of good teams. in
You've
this.
been picking this against yourself every single week in the picks. And you've been winning. I'm just curious if you're going to continue that strategy. Or
This week I'm actually picking myself. We'll get to those picks later. I do feel good about my team, which almost scares me a little bit. I think I feel too good about my team. But yeah, we're nose to the grindstone still. I mean, I'm not going to take it easy after 2 good weeks. Yeah, I'm keeping the foot on the gas pedal.
and you're in talks with a trade with the commissioner himself.
Yeah, those talks didn't last very long.
No. Your counter was too high again?
There was just a reject. There was no counter. But yeah, I do like to make trades. I don't like to make trades as much as Joe, but if I see a trade I like, or if there's a player that I really want, I might go after him a little bit hard. But yeah, let's get into I think something that I wrote down some chat things, but it was a while back, so they don't really they're not as current as they once were. One of them was everyone talking about Derrick Henry in that first Sunday night game where he was just ripping off big runs in the first half.
Right, and then he had the week 2 performance.
Yeah, and then week 2 he was terrible. So I think I joked that he got old at halftime of that first game. So far, it's true. And obviously, I once again late one Sunday night I was down in some whiskeys and complaining about how Joe's team was better than everyone else's team. It's a Sunday night tradition.
Yeah.
After Joe just dominates his opponent, I have to complain about how everyone else in the league
And yeah, I'm not in first place.
has made Joe's team great. Well, that was week 1. Week 2, Njigba's in Paris went off. Speaking of Njigba, apparently he's sick. Yeah, Saturday added to the just today was added to the injury report for an illness. So
A big time flu game is coming up, is what you're saying.
Maybe. I don't know. I took him out of his starting lineup just in case he doesn't play, because in case I forget to change my lineup, he's not in right now. But let's what should we do next, Joe? I think I wanted to talk about we kind of did fail to plan what we were gonna do tonight, but that's fine. We're just gonna wing it. I think we should talk about. I had a segment planned called Fluke or Truth.
Oh,
so think about the first 2 weeks that you've watched in the NFL and what you've seen in fantasy football.
Okay.
And let's try to give me 1 or 2 things that you think, okay, this has happened, and I think it's going to continue to happen. And don't give me anything obvious like as long as Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, is going to be great. We all know Christian McCaffrey is going to be good.
Yeah.
And then try to give me something you think, okay, like someone's been doing really good so far. Like my reaction was going to be the Steelers and Jets game, I thought was a fluke for fantasy reasons. I thought that my takeaway was going to be Steelers and Jets offense is not as good as we saw in that game. And I think that actually come true in week 2. But I don't know. I'll go first. I'll let you think a little bit if you can think of one. Sorry to spring this on you.
I got a fluke in my head right now.
Okay, good. So I'll start with my real deal, since my fluke was kind of that Steelers Jets offense is going off. I thought it was a fluke. But my real deal is Emeka Egbuka. He had, I think, 2 TDs week 1. I think he followed up by having a touchdown this last week. Obviously, he was a first-round draft pick, rookie receiver. I don't think what he's doing is flukish. I know he's playing a lot right away because there's the Chris Godwin injury for the Bucs. So he's really sprung into their offense as a weapon right away. And I think it's only going to continue with Baker Mayfield. You have a good quarterback there. I think what we've seen from him is really the start of a star wide receiver's career. So I'm going to say my real deal is Egbuka.
Okay, I'll start with my fluke.
Okay.
My fluke, I think I'm going to say, I don't even know how you'd word this. The Kansas City Chiefs. Here's what I'll say. The Kansas City Chiefs are not as bad as people are saying.
Okay.
Look at who they had. They went to, where'd they go to first?
They played the Chargers in Brazil.
Brazil?
Yeah.
They traveled to Brazil beginning of the season. They have a division game. It's a division opponent. Your top 2 receivers are out because Worthy got hurt on
They got hurt at the beginning
of the game, and so that really does, you know how it is as a quarterback when your top receiver goes out, your game plan kind of goes out the window. So Worthy was out, Rice was out, division game, different country, a lot of expectations around them. The Chargers are hungry. They have this receiver talent, and so I think that game was a close game, and so it wasn't a big deal that they lost that. And then they come back and they play the defending Super Bowl champions, and if I remember right, that ended up being a 1-possession game.
Yeah, it was a close game.
So they had to come back from a foreign country, play arguably the best team in football.
Yeah, most physical team.
Most
in football,
physical team, absolutely, and they kept and stood their own ground against them.
Yeah.
I'm going to look like an idiot if the Giants end up beating them this week. But for that Big Joe Survivor League, I'll say right now, I pick the Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
I think Chiefs are locked to win it this week. I don't think they're as bad as people are saying. So that would be my fluke.
Okay. No, I like that. I do agree with that. I think the Chiefs are going to turn it around. A lot of people starting to say, "Oh, Mahomes, oh this and that. He's not as good as everyone acts." No, he is. Trust me, he is really good. And especially, I think Worthy's coming back this week or next week, and then obviously Rashid Rice has that 6-game suspension, and I think Kelsey probably didn't take the offseason as seriously, as he has in other off seasons. I'm gonna say. So I think he's going to play his way back into shape. And once they get those 3 guys dialed in, I think you're right. I think that offense is going to start putting up some better numbers for sure.
And so then I think my truth, and there's a lot of ways I can go with the truth, but if I wanted to stick kind of strictly to fantasy football, since this is a fantasy podcast, I would say that, this might be something that's like, duh. I don't know if I'm big on Danny Dimes for his 2 big performances, but I am big on Tyler Warren. I think Warren is immediately one of the top 3 tight ends in the NFL coming in as a rookie. I think Steven hit a home run taking him. I think that's true. I don't think this is a fluke. I don't think it depends on Danny Dimes. I think he is making Danny Dimes' job a lot easier.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think Warren is a stud.
I was going to go Kincaid, but I think Warren is more of a sure lock than Kincaid.
Yeah, so far, man, Warren looking a lot better than his counterpart, the other rookie tight end, Loveland.
Loveland, right?
Loveland hasn't seen a lot of action these first couple weeks. And then, so I did my real deal, and I think my fluke, and I'm just coming up with this on the fly because like I have said already, Steelers-Jets was my fluke game. I was thinking don't overreact for fantasy purposes. These players aren't going to put up those numbers against other teams. So I still think as the season goes on, I think those offenses aren't going to be super great. But, oh gosh, I think I just forgot about it. I had it in my head. Oh, the rookie running backs have not been as good as we thought they were going to be so far.
All right.
Let's pump the brakes. Let's not get crazy.
That's a good one.
Genty has not done well.
Well, that might be truth. That might have been a good one for my truth.
Hampton has not been great. Even Travion Henderson, who I said at the draft party, who I thought was going to be the best rookie running back. I think in game 2 he had some issues in pass blocking. He kept getting called for holding. Is that right?
Yeah, but Stevenson has been running for his job. He has been looking phenomenal.
Yeah, he had some big numbers last week. I didn't see the highlights, but when I saw the stats, I was like,
huge in the passing game. Huge in the passing game.
Yeah.
And he's trying not to let his job get taken. And I think eventually Henderson is the more talented back. I think he'll eventually take that job, but it might be late in the season, rather when I thought it might have been early season.
Yeah. So if you have a rookie running back that you're disgruntled with, have some patience, all right? They haven't lit the league up on fire like we kind of thought they would maybe, but just have some patience.
And Caleb Johnson.
That was the one, he's the exception to the rule. I need to talk about this because this is something we need to address because I feel for Steven because this is Steven.
Right.
This is the same Steven who last year drafted Jonathan Brooks in the first round, and Caleb Johnson. He didn't look very good in the preseason, in my opinion. I warned Steven about Caleb Johnson.
You did.
I did. I warned him. He'll probably remember us talking about this. I warned him the night before the draft. He was at my house for my son's birthday party, and we were talking about who he was going to take with his first round picks. He was thinking tight end. I think that would be good. And then there was a few options, and I was like, Steven, I don't think you should take Caleb Johnson. He's not looked good. He ended up going against my advice. I think maybe his brother Michael suggested that he should go with Caleb Johnson. I think I suggested Luther Burden, who, he hasn't really gotten much action so far.
No.
So who knows?
I think he's legit, though. I think Burden is legit.
Yeah, I think if he starts getting some time, he could be a legit player. But I know it's only been 2 games. But Caleb Johnson, he's barely playing. They're letting him return kickoffs, and he's not been good at returning kickoffs.
I hear they're not letting him return them anymore.
Probably not after.
we'll see
I don't know if you guys saw the
I
highlights from last
hope he
week's
does
games.
return them tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's New England.
Steelers and Patriots tomorrow, so yeah.
So we had to record before
this is
the
a
breakup
rivalry.
actually happened. So
Yeah, Caleb Johnson lets the ball bounce in the end zone, Seahawks recover touchdown.
that's high
That
school
was rough.
stuff. Yeah.
He already was barely getting any playing time. So yeah, he's gonna stay on the bench. He's been bad. Like even on his kickoff returns, the teams have been making sure they kick the ball to him because he gets out to like the 20-yard line. Everyone else is getting out to like the 30, 35. So Steven, hey, as a Steeler fan, Steven's a Steeler fan too. I really hope Caleb Johnson turns it around. I'm afraid it's not going to happen. So
Trade him to Fonzie for something, anything you can get.
Yeah, maybe try to get one of his rookies back. Maybe get you Dylan Sampson, maybe, you know? Get you a little Dylan Sampson. So yeah, that was one thing that I had written down that I wanted to address. I'm worried for Steven is what I wrote down. Worried for Steven. What are we thinking about that game tomorrow?
Yeah, in the way of who's going to win?
Yeah, I'm not super excited about my team this year.
You know,
How are you feeling?
I think it's going to be a boring game.
Well, I think both of our defenses have been disappointing.
Yeah, but
So there might be some offense.
I don't know. I think New England will probably put up 20.
20.
Steelers put up about 20.
Just a tie.
Tied, you know.
If it's a tie, Joe, they say a tie is like kissing your sister. If it's a tie, should we kiss?
No.
Podcasters?
I don't
Is a
wanna
tie
risk- I don't
like
wanna
kissing
risk
your
it.
co-host?
That'd be like kissing your cousin. Like I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Chat.
You know.
If 12 people comment kiss
Okay.
on the video by the end of Sunday and it ends up being a tie,
Okay.
we'll kiss
All right.
live on the podcast.
My wife's gonna kill me. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
We need.
I'm gonna
we
get
need
fired.
12
I'm gonna
comments.
get fired if I'm a youth pastor. I'm gonna get fired from that. I mean,
Hey,
12 comments from people in the league.
I think you volunteered me to spin the wheel if something happens, right?
If Fonzie wins the league or something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
So I guess
So,
it's fair.
for now,
it is
yeah,
fair.
it's
You
fair.
know, that is true.
We have to kiss. If it's a tie game in Steelers Patriots, and we get 12 comments saying kiss,
Doesn't your
on
mom?
Sunday?
Doesn't your mom watch these?
yeah, I mean, it's not gonna happen.
What do you have to say to your
It's not
mom
gonna
right
happen.
now?
Don't worry, Mom. I'm not gonna kiss Joe because it's not gonna happen. That's what I have to say.
Oh man.
All right, moving on. This is great. This is great. All right, yeah. So we already kind of covered this. Some of my notes that I had were the rookie running backs might take some time. Worried for Steven with Caleb Johnson. Some surprises. So some players that have been some of the biggest surprises of the season, whether it be some struggles or doing really well.
See. Well, I think Daniel Jones would be a big, one that.
Okay, I'm glad you had that one because I didn't have that one.
Yeah, that he's been. I think he's like the number 2 fantasy football player right now.
Oh,
Is he
really?
going to last? I don't think so, but
Okay.
yeah, I mean I don't think he's going to last. I think he's been a big surprise there. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe who do you have written down for?
So I have the biggest surprises. I have a running back and I have a receiver. So I have running back. I have Javonte Williams.
Yeah,
Javonte Williams, who I'm happy that I kept him on my team, even though I did not expect this to happen.
I thought it was going to be Miles Sanders, if you remember.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you were trying to make money off of me.
Yeah, I did. I came at you hard because you were trying to
would've
sell Miles Sanders like a snake oil salesman. You were like, "Hey, look at my Miles Sanders," Send me a first round pick, Brent.
Week 1 revenge game, against the Eagles.
Yeah, and I think he did score a touchdown last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Javante's been, I think, top 5 running back the first 2 weeks, which has been crazy. But he has been the number 1 running back for the Cowboys. And yeah, it's been crazy to see him do so well after when he was on the Broncos. He was such a frustrating player to have on my team. Maybe all he needed was those cowboy colors.
America's team.
Yeah. And he had that injury early on in his career, which has really, I think, hampered him. But hey, if he can keep this going, that'd be awesome. I have to think he's going to regress a little bit.
I ended up trading. That's another trade. I traded Daniel Jones after the Joe Burrow injury. I think I might have went.
Oh yeah.
I might have gotten another second rounder out of him, or I might have got.
There's been a lot of
late first.
I'm forgetting about it.
Like I said, I'm trying to build something up big for Mike. Big. Mike and I, we have big plans. So.
And I looked at my team, and I think I know who you're going for. I won't say it.
I won't say it.
You guys can look for yourself if you want.
Give me a position.
I think it's a wide receiver.
You don't need to say anything. Okay. Don't say anything.
Joe's team. Your team is. A running back. You're just stacked. Receiver. I'm a receiver. You're almost a little bit shaky.
Okay.
I know I said your team's. What did I say? Like God mode, God status, as in the power rankings. But I can see why you're trying to get some receivers because Tyreek. It's been a little scary with Tyreek. He did score a touchdown on Thursday night.
All right.
But he's not the same Tyreek.
CeeDee Lamb.
CD's still a stud. I mean, I would take CD. I wish I had CD on my team. I think he still might be the number 1 wide receiver on the year. He had a couple drops in week 1 that he usually catches, and
then who else do I have?
But he's an absolute stud.
Marvin Harrison now.
You have Marvin Harrison now.
Who knows what that's going to do?
Yeah, let's see.
Xavier Worthy when he comes back.
Yeah, which I traded away Worthy. I'm not super high on him. So if Joe has a weakness, it might be a receiver, but I'm not going to say that he has a weakness because.
Did Jeff try to
CeeDee Lamb is.
Did Jeff try to send you Ladd McConkey?
No.
Rumor
you mean the wide receiver 3 on the Chargers?
Yeah. Rumor has it he's trying to trade him. So.
I think that's another one where, patience, Jeff, patience.
Yeah. He's not interested in picks, however, because I already tried that. I've tried to name some picks. He wants everything.
Okay. Well, hey, McConkey is a good segue to bring up my other surprise of the year.
Okay.
Quentin Johnston.
Yes.
During the offseason, a lot of us were thinking Ladd clear number 1. Let me try to get a Trey Harris in the draft,
Right.
Maybe he's going to be the number 2 guy. And then preseason was happening. It was like, Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, this guy's actually going to be a good player for them. And then a lot of times this is what happens, we get excited about the rookies in the offseason.
You gave us the warning, don't get too excited about the offseason.
Yeah, I did. We got a little bit excited about the rookies. I was excited about Trey Harris. I still think that I think as the season goes on that he's going to mix in more. But yeah, Quentin Johnston, who a lot of people I think have seen him as a frustrating NFL player throughout his career. He's had drop issues.
Big at TCU, right? And then
he was I think he was the number 1 first round draft pick. And he was disappointing.
Drops.
This is now his 3rd NFL season.
Right.
I think. And last year we saw a little bit of promise from him. He did score some touchdowns, and Harbaugh likes him. I think Harbaugh's not going to give up on him. And he got 2 touchdowns in week 1. He got another deep touchdown in week 2. He's definitely been, I think, the surprise of the year as a receiver. Right. I totally forgot about him, honestly.
Steven did it because he's on Steven's team.
Yeah, well, Steven did leave him on the bench, I think, for week 1 for sure. That was the bench bowl. Mine and Steven's benches went off week 1. I don't even know if Steven played him in his starting lineup last week.
I don't even know if Steven knows that he has him.
He might not. I need to call him up after this. After this, and let him know. But yeah, and the Chargers. they seem like a team that's more willing to pass the ball this year. Harbaugh likes to run the ball, as we've seen, back in the Niner days. Frank Gore ran the football.
That's why I gave
last
up.
year.
That's why I gave up everything to get Hampton.
Yeah, I know. And last year with J.K. Dobbins, they were committed to the run. So far in the 2 games this year, that's been a passing offense. And Hampton is young. Obviously, it's hard to start a rookie right off the bat. So maybe that's a little bit of reason why they're going into the passing game early on. I think, like I said, let's have some patience on Hampton. But Q Money, definitely another surprise with Javonte. Do you have any other guys you're thinking of?
Let's see, biggest
surprises?
surprise, good or bad?
Sorry.
I mean, Kincaid, he has a couple games. He's looking good, but I also think who else is Josh Allen going to pass to?
Yeah.
So Kincaid's doing okay for a tight end. I think what's kind of a surprise, and this has nothing to do with performance, is Joe Burrow being out for 3 months. Again, another injury to Joe Burrow.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, I don't know how that affects, obviously, Isaac with Jamar Chase and
He's going
T.
down to my
Higgins.
rankings this next week.
Yeah.
So.
Chase, I think they're still going to throw the ball a lot, though. They're going to let Browning sling it. Browning's not afraid to throw the ball
Is
down
Browning
the
going
field.
to put up enough fantasy points to feed both receivers over there in Cincinnati, both Chase and Higgins?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a one or the other type deal.
Yeah, maybe. I think Chase had a big week last week, like 14 catches, like 165 maybe. But, with Browning, I don't think you need to panic too much if you have Bengals players, because their defense is still bad, so they're still going to have to, be passing, trying to catch up from behind.
Right.
And Browning, he's played plenty
But
of
if you
games
have
in
Chase
his career.
Brown, you might have to worry because the run game's going to be gone by the first quarter.
He's been disappointing so far this year. I have him in some other leagues.
I think Jeff is starting to freak out about. He's starting to freak out about his roster. I think.
You think so?
He thought we were just being mean to him with our power rankings, but we're just speaking the truth. That's what we do on this podcast.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do. But yeah, Jake Browning's going to sling it around. We'll see. We'll see how it affects them. I think I have the opposite take of you on Daniel Jones, though.
You think he's legit?
I don't think maybe he's looked really good. So
Was he top 4 pick or something?
Yeah, he was a high pick. Yeah. I think we have a similar to a Sam Darnold was what's going on here. So Sam Darnold obviously struggled early on in his career. He was on the Jets. He's on the Panthers. Not always in the greatest situation. Ends up on the Vikings with a really good offensive head coach. Kind of unlocks him a little bit, I think. Had a great season last year.
Right.
And I think he's played well in the first 2 games for Seattle. I watched him last week because they played my Steelers. So I think, and Daniel Jones went to Minnesota at the end of last year, if you remember.
He was their backup, correct?
He was a backup, and people have said Kevin O'Connell is the modern day quarterback whisperer, because everyone that ends up with all these quarterbacks that have ended up with him end up playing the best they've played in their career after they're with him. Yeah. So I don't think Daniel Jones, I don't think he's a top 5, probably not even top 10 quarterback, but I'm going to put him, in the Sam Darnold range. I think he's like a legit starting NFL quarterback. I think he will be going forward. Even though from what we saw of him on the Giants, couldn't say that. He did have that one season they made the playoffs, but other than that,
someone who's been it just came to my mind. Sorry, someone who's been a disappointment. We got to throw Genty in there.
Yeah.
Genty had so much hype. I mean, the value for the 101 pick, I mean, what I gave you, what Keith gave me. I think Keith got some stuff back from Brent. And the value for the 101 was ridiculous. It's through the roof. Now, looking at it, would I trade you all that I gave you for Genty? No. Would Keith give me what he gave me for Genty? No. I mean, I think And the reason that is because Genty has not been shown a whole lot to match up the hype that was around him, you know? So I think he'll be good. I think he'll be okay. I mean, he gets, who else is going to take carries from him, you know?
Yeah, they don't have, he's their guy.
But I think he's
running back
not
goes.
performing like the first overall pick in fantasy drafts.
Yeah.
You know, should do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he has been disappointing. From what I've seen, and I mean, obviously this is part of something you have to think of is when you get a player, like you get a receiver, well, who's throwing it to him? You get a running back, is his O-line any good? The Raiders O-line has not looked good. I've been seeing some clips on people showing the run blocking on some of Genty's plays, and it's pretty rough. So I think if their offensive line play can improve a little bit, we'll definitely see some better some better Genty games. But I like that you brought that up though, because the first 2 weeks of my players that I received in that trade, they haven't been doing very good either, which is funny. So Brian Thomas, who I was super stoked about,
Yeah, he's good.
he's been off to a rough start. If I pull up his like targets to receptions, it's been crazy. He did get like one random touchdown in week 1. In week 2, he struggled, and then he was like, people were claiming that he was like not going for balls, scared he was going to get hit, and then it came out after the game that he had a wrist injury.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on there. And people have also noted that a lot of his big games last year came when Mac Jones was in at quarterback. So
Might be a quarterback situation.
maybe it was just Mac Jones was getting the ball to Brian Thomas better than Trevor Lawrence ever did. So I got to say, I'm a little bit worried too that maybe the trade wasn't as good as I thought it was.
Well, if you're that worried, you can always send him back and they'll give you a little bit of a refund.
Yeah, so here we go. Week 1, Brian Thomas, 7 targets, 1 reception.
Oof.
That's rough.
I like the targets, though.
He did have a rushing touchdown in week 1, so that saved it a little bit. Week 2, 12 targets. How many receptions did he get?
3.
4.
Ooh, okay.
So it's been a rough start to the season.
Those targets look nice, though.
Yeah,
targets
I
look
mean,
nice.
if they can get on the same page, obviously, I'll feel a lot better about that.
Yeah.
And then the other players that I got in that trade were Isaiah Pacheco, who has not cracked 10 points, fantasy points in either of the first 2 games, and hasn't been getting that much work even. I think maybe less than 15 touches, I think, in both games. Yeah, 5 carries week 1, 10 carries week 2, only a few catches on the season. And then Kyron Williams, who also has been off to a slow start. So 3 guys that I was very excited about in that trade. And I mean, I guess he's been average. He's been mediocre to average. He did 13.9 week 1 and 10.0 week 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe neither. Maybe the flu trade is just not what I made of it, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it was just dust in the wind. But hey, it's only week 2.
That's right.
We got a long season to go. Got a long season to go. Also, one thing I wanted to mention. Let's talk a little bit about BK and Zach's team.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot to unpack there. One thing, BK, it was a lot of BK versus Fonzie in the off season. Talking about Breece Hall.
Yes, Breece Hall.
Breece Hall. Fonzie was thinking Breece Hall's cooked. This backfield is going to Braylon Allen.
Right.
And it's just a matter of time. BK said, hey, hold up.
Chill out.
I'll take Breece Hall any day. So far in these first 2 games, it looks like BK's right. Breece Hall ran all over the Steelers in week 1. Braylon Allen did not. Braylon Allen week 2 didn't really do anything either.
Yeah, I don't think Breece Hall did much week 2, did he?
Yeah, the Jets really just stunk in week 2.
Yeah.
So
because as of right now, I am winning the bet that BK and I have. Breece Hall's rushing yards versus Tyreek Hill's receiving yards.
Oh, okay.
But Tyree didn't have a great receiving yards game this week. So
Yeah. Well, Brees did have a lot week 1. I think he had like 140 or something.
yeah, and Tyreek had a little more week 2, and then yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. That's gonna be a close.
Yeah. That's gonna be a fun bet for you guys to track. And I mean, I won't even say, okay, not 140, 107, 19 carries, 107 yards, and 30 and then 38 receiving yards against the Steelers week 1. Yeah, last week not so good, 10 carries, 29 yards. But yeah, they just got manhandled by the Bills last week.
Yeah.
This week they're at Tampa Bay. I gotta imagine he's gonna have a better game than he did the previous week. So yeah, jury's still out. I guess jury's still out.
BK and Zach are moving up.
Yeah, I had them in my rankings as new contenders.
I think I moved them up in my rankings as well. So
Obviously St. Brown, we said earlier, just huge game, 3 touchdowns. Obviously, HN also had a huge game last week for them. The Packers offense is looking pretty good, so I think Love is going to be a solid QB this year for them. Obviously, talked about Brees Hall just right now. Tucker Kraft.
Yes.
He's been huge.
Yeah, that might be one of those surprises.
Yeah. He's really been, I think, the number 1 receiver for the Packers this year. So that was a guy that I think is overperforming what we thought. And then here's 2 guys that I think really are going to push them into a higher tier in this league. Jordan Mason. Aaron Jones went down with an injury.
Just like BK predicted.
He's
a witch.
A lot of us, including me and you, sent him some pretty good trade offers for Jordan Mason that they did not accept.
I think I sent him 2 seconds and a first or something. Yeah. Sometimes I like to do that, messing around, knowing that Zach is going to decline it. So like this week, I've sent him. I think I sent him like 2 seconds and a first for Scatterboo. Just knowing that Zach's going to say no. So
yeah.
It's almost like guaranteed. Like when I send you a trade offer, you always send back something even way more.
I'll just send back something crazy.
Yeah. Like, that's the price. And that's, that's kind of what Zach does. So I sent something to BK. He says he loves it. Zach, the boss, looks at it and goes, okay, what more can we get? And so I kind of do that for fun sometimes. But one of these days, he's going to hit accept, and it's going to really hurt me because I'm just sending these goofy things out to him.
I didn't think he was going to accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jordan Mason, without Aaron Jones, obviously last year when he came in from McCaffrey, he was a stud. He was averaging like over 90 rushing yards a game. And then the other player you just mentioned, Cam Scatterbo. I got to admit, I thought Tyrone Tracy was pretty decent last year.
He was.
And
he was decent last year.
I thought it'd be, a pretty 50-50 mix this year. And I think it has so far. But I think it's pretty clear already that Scatterbo's the better back.
I'm not a believer in him.
In Scatterbo?
No, I was kind of...
Oh, not yet?
No. I'm comfortable saying this because I doubt they're going to watch this before the game starts. My purpose in hyping up Scatterbo was trying to get them to raise their value on him, which means they're going to keep him on their roster longer. Okay. They might even start him against me this week. Oh. And that would be beneficial for me if they start him because I don't think I don't think he's going to do. He's not going to run over Chris Jones.
Okay.
He's not going to.
The Chiefs have a really good run defense.
So I don't think he's going to do anything this week. And he had one big run. The thing I like to do, I like to take away the biggest play from a player.
Okay.
So you take away that big 25-yard run from him. What did he really do? He pounded in from 1 yard out. But other than that, I mean, you take away the one big play, and what do you have left? You know? So.
Well, maybe you watch more of Scatterbo than I have. I gotta admit, I'm just going off of like some highlights that I've seen and stats that I've seen. But I don't know. I think Scatterbo, and obviously the Giants aren't a very good team. I think they're going to be a team that's playing behind a lot, so that probably doesn't help him out a ton. But he's a decent receiver too. Yeah. I remember in college him making some pretty nice catches. So I think Scatterbo and Mason could be catalysts for them in their playoff push. And I think they're legit. I think they're legit contenders in this league.
Do you want to go to our weekly picks?
Let's do it.
I think we're tied up because even though we didn't record, Cal and I, we send our picks before
We did.
Thursday night football each week. I went 6-0 week 1. You went 4-2. Then I went 3-3 week 2, and you went 5-1 because you refused to pick yourself.
I refuse. Yeah.
So we're tied up at 9-3.
Okay.
So
This is good.
and let me see who I'd
It's
end
a
up
close
sending you.
race. Yeah. So yeah, you check. Let's go matchup by matchup. So at the top of the list we have the Vanilla Gorillas, Jeff Rogers against Injiguas in Paris. Yours truly. And I'm finally picking myself this week. I am finally.
yourself.
I'm finally. I try not to jinx myself, as we have seen in this. I love to utilize the jinx, whether it's the reverse jinx, or I'm scared of jinxing myself. But I'm gonna admit I am happy with my team where I'm at right now. I hope I'm not jinxing myself. Jeff obviously is off to a pretty good start. Shakir outperformed his projections. He did score a touchdown. But I like some of the matchups I have this week. I think my Cowboys guys could do well again. The Bears have a pretty bad defense, and so I've got Ferguson and Javonte right there. I think Charbonnet is on the injury report. I'm not sure if he's playing or not. So I think if he doesn't play, obviously, or he's limited, Kenneth Walker, maybe another big game against a Saints team that's not very good. Obviously, Lamar Jackson in a primetime game against the Lions. We might see a lot of offense in that game.
I'll say a lot of rushing yards from Jackson.
Maybe. And then Puka Nacua has been. I think he's the number 1 receiver in fantasy so far. So it's been awesome having him. Stafford just loves to force feed him. So I'm hoping I can get another good week out of him. The guys that I am a little bit concerned about this week is right now I'm planning on starting McLaren and Brian Thomas. Smith and Jigba, who's been a stud, is ill. So will he play or not? McLaren's been bad so far this year.
New quarterback coming in.
And Mariota's coming in. So I'm a little bit iffy on that one, but I think maybe he finally has a good game. The Raiders don't have the strongest defense. Brian Thomas,
and Mariota
wrist injury.
Mariota used to be a Raider. Big revenge game coming up.
Mariota revenge game. And then on Jeff's side, so he's been disappointed by his 2-star receivers this year. A.J. Brown, Ladd McConkey.
Absolutely.
Have not lived up to their expectations. Right. I guess my concern there would be they are good. They are very talented, good receivers. Right. They're eventually going to have big games. So maybe they're due this week.
Keep telling yourself that same thing, Jeff. They're going to be due.
But Hawkinson's also been very disappointing for Jeff. T.J. Hawkinson, the tight end for the Vikings, that is. So yeah, I think as long as this is not the week that McConkey and Brown go off and get back on track, I think I can win this week.
Yeah, and I agree. I have you beating Jeff here. I mean, I think Jeff's team is getting exposed. I haven't really ever liked it from the beginning. He's put up big points early on in our league history. Season 1, maybe 2, but I think it's been going downhill. I just don't. I'm not sold on the commissioner's team yet. So with that, and you're the number 1 player right now in our league, and I think it's obvious why your team is elite. No one else comes close to you, and I think you're going to have an easy victory.
People are pretty close to me.
So yeah, I got you in the same way going.
Okay.
Going this week.
All right. Who you got in? We got Hillis' hamstrings against the lone Mexican. Brent versus Fonzie.
Oh man, this might be a last place
Is this
game.
the toilet bowl preview? The real toilet bowl?
The real
preview?
toilet bowl, because Keith's team has improved. It's going up. Now, I think the trade I did with Fonzie helps his team, because even though he got rid of Alvin Kamara, I think if Judkins does decent, I mean, giving him Wando Robinson, who's been putting up quite a bit of points, decent points. I think that might get him over the edge. I think,
Okay.
and I don't even know if Brent has broken 100 yet. I don't think he's broken 90.
I don't think he has this year.
I think Fonzie's at least broken 100. So I think I like the matchups. I like where Fonzie is. I think Fonzie gets his first win this week. He's had 2 hard opponents. It might make his team look worse than it is, but I think he gets his first win this week.
Okay. And
I'm not trying to diss on Brent or anything, unless Genty has a heyday, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, maybe this is the Genty breakout game. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to agree with you here. Obviously, I have the bet that if Fonzie's top 5, I need to write out the apology.
Right.
Got to admit, I'm feeling pretty good about not having to do that apology right now. But I do think Fonzie gets the win this week. Brent's Justin Herbert is actually looking like a very good fantasy quarterback this year. The Chargers, like I said earlier, are passing a lot. So that's a bright spot. Jalen Waddle did catch a touchdown for him already on Thursday night.
Jalen Waddle,
who
he's first round talent.
graciously traded to Brent along with Tank Dell. A trade that Joe likes to hate on.
That's one of the worst trades in the league.
Let's see. And another guy that I do like that Brent has, that's been Harold Fannin, tight end out of Cleveland. They've been utilizing him quite a bit.
Good.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be more of like Njoku, number 1, him backup, but no, they're giving Fannin a lot of opportunities. But no, I got to believe Fonzie's going to take this week. Is it going to be the lowest scoring matchup of the week? I don't know. Projection-wise, it's showing to be. But, Chubb has been the number 1 back in Houston. He did get a nice touchdown last week. Myers is the highest projected player that's a non-quarterback on his team. And I like Myers for this season. I just traded for him in another league. I tried to trade Fonzie before the season and tried to get him. I feel like he's kind of an unsexy player.
Yeah. He's a great route runner.
He's a good route runner, and he's the Raiders' number 1 receiver, wide receiver. Obviously, Bowers might be their number 1 target when he's healthy. But Myers has been getting a lot of targets, and Washington's probably not going to be the same team without Daniels, so might be some opportunity there for a big game for Myers. Even Kyle Pitts has been the first. I've said in the past that I can't stand him. He's been pretty decent in the first 2 weeks, so I think Fonzie's going to take this one. I think his roster is slightly better than Brent's. So who we got in the third game? Let me see. We got Hot Chub Time Machine, Mr. Keith Starr himself, Mr. Intro Creator Keith. Thank you again, Keith, for that. Against Brent, and both are off to hot starts.
Brent. Is it Ben?
Or Ben, sorry. Ben.
Yeah, both are off to good starts. Ben's team is doing a little better than I had expected it to. However, I think I really am high on Keith's team. I think the trade we did helps him out. I think Keith finally has a little bit more flex players to work with, and he's been scoring some decent points even without him. So I think this is an easy one for me. I think Keith is going to finally get a much-deserved win this week. You do good with the podcast, you get treated good. That's the way it goes.
Hey.
So treat us good, and you're going to be treated good. Keith on top this week.
What do you think about Keith complaining about Josh Allen's 23 points?
Well, at first I was... Oh, didn't Josh Allen have that one touchdown pass? He was like, could have ran it in, and then he just kind of flipped it off to the
That's right.
That's probably what he's talking about. But 23 points. I'd love to have that from Bo Nix consistently every week, and not have to worry what Bo I'm going to be getting each week. But I don't think there's anything to complain about. But I think Keith's team may be a little bit Josh Allen dependent.
Okay. Yeah.
But also
so he needs those nuclear Josh Allen games.
He needs
like
that.
28 plus.
If he has a nuclear Josh Allen game, and everyone else just does what they're supposed to do, he might be second place right underneath you.
Okay, all right. So you're really high on Keith's team. I'm slightly higher on Keith's team since the trade. I'm not gonna get crazy now, but I actually am picking. We're on different teams.
Ooh.
I think that I texted you, I think on Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
I think this was before you guys made the trade. Is that right?
This was, right before we made the trade.
Okay, right before the trade was made.
Thursday, 7:15 a.m.
Okay. All right. So, but I'm gonna stick, even though the trade helps Keith's team a lot, I'm gonna stick with my pick. I'm gonna stick with Ben. Obviously, he's already got a 20-point game on the board from James Cook, who is a stud again so far this year. And yeah, Keith. The thing about Keith, he is the most unlucky guy in the league.
Absolutely.
He is the most unlucky guy in the league. He has the most points against 2 weeks in this year. I think last year, was he also most points against in the whole league?
Possibly. I think Jeff sets that up on purpose.
Yeah, probably.
Now, is Keith the most unlucky or is Steven the most unlucky with his picks and injuries and everything? It's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Well, no. I mean, as far as points against
schedule, unlucky. Right.
Steven was a trivia question. He had the least points for and the least points against.
Man, what I would do for that schedule.
That's rough. But so I think this is I think Keith gets unlucky again. He's going to get unlucky again this week. I think his team has a good week, 120s, 130s, and Ben scores in the 140s. Mahomes against the Giants, I think he gets back on track. I think he's going to outscore Josh Allen.
Ooh.
And
that's big.
Yeah. And his roster is good. I think Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns.
That would help Ben tremendously. 2 touchdown game incoming.
Watch out. Maybe he finally wakes up. Pittman's been good this year, with Daniel Jones being better than we all thought. And right now he's got Mooney in the flex. I think Mooney was not healthy the first couple of weeks. So maybe he finally gets some points there. And with Keith, it's the same thing. His flexes are better. I still don't love some of his flex players. It's hard to know on Green Bay who's gonna be catching the passes week to week.
You never know.
Yeah, you just never know. So maybe it is Dobbs this week, maybe not. And Ramondre Stevenson, he's gotten a lot of work, a lot more work than we thought he'd get. We thought it would be just Travion going to go in there and take it. And the Pittsburgh run defense is a weak run defense so far this year. Very weak. Breece Hall lit us up. Kenneth Walker lit us up. So maybe Stevenson has a big game for Keith.
But you're still going
Keith's
Brent.
teams. I'm gonna stick on Ben just because I'm just gonna say Keith gets unlucky again. But Keith's team, just looking at it right now, obviously the bench is besides Kincaid, who Keith's mad that I told him about. I just mentioned how he was projected 6.66 points. That's a little bit scary, and I guess Keith agreed with me because he took him out of his lineup. So maybe it was a sign. Maybe Juwan Johnson scores like 27 points. We'll see. But yeah, Keith's team's looking a lot better.
Yeah.
My toilet bowl prediction, I don't think is going to come true. I think that he's probably a playoff team now.
Wow.
So watch
like
out.
that.
Watch out. Here he comes. All right. Matchup number 4. We got a strange stealing. The boys, Zach and BK, who blew up last week against Joe Mixon. Mr. Joe Munoz right here. Big Chicken Joe.
I think this is going to be a close game. I just don't see his team popping off like it did last week. I don't think they're going to have 2 big weeks in a row. I think Derrick Henry will probably get back on track. I like my team. Like I said, I don't want to jinx myself, but I got to be honest with the people here. They want honesty, and that's what they're going to get from me. I think I'm going to win this one.
Okay.
Unless he puts in Scatterbo. Because because that'll change things.
Scatterbo.
But for right now, I got this one in the bag. And if I don't, it was meant to happen.
The team is looking better, boys. The team is looking better. But I'm still picking Joe this week. I'm sorry. Joe's team is a wagon, still a wagon. He even got Tyreek in the end zone this week. Tyreek outscoring his projection. That's huge for you because Tyreek has been a question mark. These running backs, there's just so many good running backs. McCaffrey, he's going over 20 points again. Derrick Henry's going to bounce back. I mean, that bet that BK made is crazy. What did he say? That Derrick Henry's not going to be a top?
$1,000, he wouldn't be top 5 or maybe it was 12.
No, it was,
something wild.
Something crazy. Like literally after he already was going to be like at the top of the list. I was like trying to make sure he wasn't like mistakenly, because he was trying to say like, oh, like the next 6 weeks or the first 6 weeks. And we're like, let's be clear, it's the first 6 weeks, so it includes these stats that he's already compiled in this game. So I don't know what he was thinking there, but obviously so far. I mean, if last week continues, then he looks like a genius. But I don't think last week is continuing. I think Henry gets back on track, like Joe says. CeeDee Lamb, I think, is going to be the number 1 receiver in fantasy this year. He's going to take that spot back. I think he's had it in the past. He's going to take that back from Jamar Chase. Bowers got another week to get healthy. When he's healthy, he's a monster. And then the Falcons, I mean, I know a lot of us probably watched that Sunday Night Football game last week. They just didn't even have to throw the ball. Just Bijan all night.
That's all I'm hoping for.
First 2 runs of the game, he just ripped off like a 28 and a 24-yard run. So these running backs, you just can't keep them down on Joe's team. He's even got the luxury of sitting Hampton down on his bench and waiting and seeing
until he proves something.
Yeah, waiting and see him if he can prove himself. I do think Jordan Mason might have a big week for the boys. Kraft, I think he can have another big week. But you got to believe the Ravens are gonna put 2 guys, maybe 3 guys on St. Brown because they don't want. The Ravens are a smart team. They don't want to get beat by him. Let's move on. Next matchup we have Steven against Leighton. Now Leighton's team, I feel like they've really been not living up to their projections. On paper, his team looks better than what it's performed this year. He's averaging 96 points after the first 2 weeks. Not great. Who do I have? The projections actually have Leighton at 130, Steven at 120. I have Steven winning this game, though. I think Leighton's going to drop to 0-3. I was much higher on Leighton's team at the beginning of the year. But some of the players that have produced, I think it's been his receivers mostly that have been disappointing. Nico Collins and Mike Evans, those guys have been dynamite in previous years. I think Nico did get a touchdown last week, but he's not been great, which is in large part to the Texans' O-line is really bad. And Mike Evans hasn't been putting up the same numbers. Ibuka's been the one catching the touchdowns. And then, man, Diggs and Tracy in the flex, they've been disappointing. I mean, other than Josh Jacobs and, Dobbins, his whole team has been just a team of disappointing players. So, sorry that's been happening, Leighton. But Steven, I think DK might finally have a good game this week. See if Rodgers can give him the ball. Hampton had that fumble last week. Maybe Najee gets some more touches. That's what Steven seems to think. And, I just think we get some solid play off the board. He finally has Quentin Johnson in the starting lineup. That'd kind of suck if he finally had
a bad game.
Had a bad game. But Burrow out, obviously, that's tough. But I think Danny Dimes will get enough points. And I think it's going to be a close one. I think Steven squeaks out a close one.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I think we both ended up taking Steven there, and Layton's team's projected better than it actually is. You know,
Yeah, it's been disappointing, to say the least.
in the last game,
This might be the matchup of the week. And Sleeper has it at 50-50 right now as far as projections.
well, I'll tell you this: Sleeper's wrong. Is this Isaac versus Mike?
Isaac versus Mike.
With Joe Burrow out, I think that hurts Isaac's team.
Okay.
He doesn't have Joe Burrow. I think Mike ends up taking this one. I would even go to say as an easy victory.
Oh, okay.
I think even though he has to start a different quarterback.
Yeah, Jane Daniels out. Mm-hmm.
He's got to start a different quarterback. I just think the rest of his team is going to carry the rest of the game. I mean, Trevor Etienne has been
Travis.
Travis.
Yeah,
Etienne
Travis has been
doing
hot these first
doing
2
real
weeks.
good. So I think Mike ends up getting an easy victory there.
Okay, an easy dub.
Sorry, Isaac, it has nothing to do with the beef that we have. You being a Wasco running back and all that stuff. I don't do your stats. You're sorry safety, but it's all right.
This is our second disagreement in picks. So you had Keith, I had Brent, Ben. Sorry, man, it's late, guys. Sorry. And then you have Mike. I have Isaac. My thoughts on Isaac's team this week: Dallas Cowboys versus Chicago Bears game. I think there might be a lot of points in that game. So right off the bat, I think Caleb Williams I think he's going to put up a big game. I think he's going to go for, somewhere in the mid-20s. Jonathan Taylor has been an absolute stud this year, and I think he's going to continue. I mean, Tennessee, not been great the first 2 weeks.
No.
They have rookie quarterback Cam Ward. He hasn't really come into his own yet. I think they're going to be punting. I think Colts are going to have possession of the ball, and they're just going to run it down their throats. So I see a big game for those top two guys there. And Jaylen Warren is the number one Steelers running back. He's the clear-cut number one. Caleb Johnson's not getting any touches, really. And then Gainwell is mixing in a little bit. But Warren is our guy. He catches passes out of the backfield. He had a big catch run last week. So I see a lot from him. We got Odunze, obviously, just as I said. I think that's going to be a big offense game. Is that Bears Cowboys? I'm a little bit concerned that Odunze's maybe he's due for a non-touchdown week since he's scored like 3 touchdowns already this year. But there's going to be a lot of offense in that game, so I still think there's a chance he lights it up. Obviously, Laporta has been a disappointment for him so far. So I don't know if he turns it around against the Ravens. That's tough. But yeah, I'm not as pessimistic about the Bengals receivers, I think, as you are. I think Browning. I think they're still gonna let Browning throw enough to where they're gonna put up some big points. And then as far as Mike's team goes, man, Gino was my quarterback in Guillotine, and I needed him Monday night, and he did not come through. 3 interceptions. But I got so lucky that Tyquan Thornton scores that late touchdown on Sunday, late afternoon, and then Nico ended up catching a touchdown in the early Monday night game. The guy that I beat had Hampton, who ended up sucking. Yeah. So I thought it was pretty much Hampton versus Gino. They both sucked. Hampton was like 3 points. Gino was like 6 points. Yeah. So I survived. It was ugly. I think Gino is going to bounce back a little bit, but you don't have the legs like you do with Jane Daniels. He's not much of a rushing touchdown threat. Malik Neighbors has been nuclear so far this year. We'll see if the Chiefs can contain him. Mike's not too strong at tight end. I don't know if Jonnu Smith is going to do much this week. He did get 1 touchdown week 1. And his flex guys, Devontae Adams has been pretty good. At least week 2. He did have a good game for the Rams. McMillan showing some promise. Iomanor, I don't know. I feel like has a little bit of a stretch having him in the starting lineup. So yeah, maybe that's where for me, I think Isaac wins this with those two Bears players. I think his own Bears win him in fantasy, win the game for him in fantasy this week. He would love that. I mean, poor guy. Bears were getting a lot of hype this offseason. So far, it's not been great. Not been great. They had that week 1 game where the Vikings came back and beat them, and then week 2, they just got smoked by the Lions. And I think he's a Illini fan too.
No.
And they got beat. They're ranked number 9 in the nation. They got beat 63-10 today against Indiana. So Isaac, I'm sorry. My Steelers aren't doing great either. So we're 1-1. One of us is going to be 2-1
That's right.
after tomorrow.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Or 1-1 and
1-1.
So,
That would be.
Make sure you comment if you want to see that happen.
Yeah. Make sure.
As
Make sure you drop a comment.
we could end on that, reminding them to comment.
So yeah, I got in recap. I've got Isaac in a close one, Steven in a close one, Joe healthy win, Ben wins by about 10. Keith continues to be the most unlucky guy in the league. I've got Fonzie winning pretty handily, and then I think I win a close one against Jeff.
Yeah, so I end up getting, I call us the VBC boys, Valley Bible Church boys. Fonzie, Cal, myself, we're gonna represent. Then I got Keith, and then I got the two brothers, Steve and Mike. And I'm feeling pretty good. I'm thinking 6-0 this week.
Okay. All right. You go 6-0 week 1. Could happen again.
Gonna happen again.
And it's 11:07, and Joe told me 11 o'clock was when you need to stop. I can see you looking at me. You're like, Kyle, shut up. You're talking too much about these games.
Now, Saturday night, we got church in the morning, boys.
Oh, yeah.
I do all that.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoy the first episode with after actual football has started.
And Keith's working on the outro, is what I hear.
Yeah. We got to get Shotgun Cherry, maybe a little picture collage in the outro. Yeah. That'd be pretty sick. Thank you again, Keith, for the sick intro. We'll hope
and the shirt right here, Big Joe,
and the sick new shirt for Joe. Hopefully, we can get an episode midweek in these coming weeks. But we'll see. Hey, we'll get them out when we can. We love you guys.
All right. Peace out.
Have a good week 3, boys.